back to the channel and to the Ultimate Racing League. We are with the League of Champions in our Sunday evening championship. This is race 2. We are just about to bring you race 1. Fantastic race that was. Good win for Toby after sticking behind Smith for most of the race, but a fantastic recovery for Bailey to take third. So hoping for a little bit more in this race. Now, as you can see, it is getting a little bit darker out there. The lights are all on, which is going to make things a little bit more difficult. We are in Spain. We are at Catalunya, and we're on the national layout. So it is a shorter track, only just over 1.7 miles long, 11 turns. Although I mentioned in race 1, if you look at some track guides, they will tell you there's 16 turns, but we're just sticking with the 11 for this one. So this one, there is a mandatory stop and a tyre change, so it is mediums and hard tyres to be used. Now the pit window, I believe, is going to be at the end of lap 8, and it will close at the end of lap 14. So that's when we will expect all the chaos to commence. Now it's a reverse grid of sorts. I think it is the first 8 reverse, and then the guys behind. Now unfortunately I only have 10 on track, so it will be the first 8 reversed, and then the top 2 will be at the back. It doesn't make sense to me, but I'm sure it does to somebody. So what we're going to do is we will have a look down the grid and see who is where. So Callum is out on pole position, Graham is in second, Grasshopper is 3rd, Toten is 4th, Fitzy is 5th, Osman is 6th, Derg is 7th, Bailey is 8th, Smith is 9th, and race 1 winner Toby is in 10th position. So we'll have a look at the tyres as the guys go around the track. We'll get the race started, and we'll ask Callum to lead us all down towards turn 1 as the klaxon sounds. And there we go. Oh, Callum straight away drives onto the grass. Hi, Derg. So, well, I'm not... I don't know what the hell that was all about. Oh, and Callum's gone. So if we just start the race again, you'll see that Callum immediately pulls over onto the grass. And, well, that's him retired. So there's obviously an issue with the car, which is unfortunate for Callum. I feel for him a bit. Graham also has pulled over. What is going on? Graham has pulled over to just completely get out of the way. So back up to the top then, and Grasshopper has taken over the lead of the race. And we've not even gone through turn 1. But Grasshopper leads us up through turn 4, down towards turn 5. He's coming under all sorts of pressure from Toten and from Fitzy as well. As we go into turn 1, a bit of a bumper kiss there from Fitzy on Toten. No harm done though. Everybody's still going in the right direction. And Graham, for some strange reason, just pulled over, and I think he probably just decided to stay out of the way. So back up to the top then, Grasshopper still in P1 as he takes us through the chicane and into turn 11. Back onto the start-finish straight and across the line to start lap 2. So that's the first lap completed, and well, it was eventful, wasn't it? We've already lost one driver through retirement, Callum, as Toten pulls out. And as I look at the inside of Grasshopper, I don't think he's close enough to make the move, and he's not. He just slots back in. Great shot of the brake disc glowing red hot as they try and get these cars slowed down into turn 1. This tight hairpin. So Toten in second, then Fitzy in 3rd. So let's just have a look at the tyres, shall we? Grasshopper is out on the hard tyres, so doing a good job. Toten also on the hard tyres. Fitzy on the hard. Osman is the first on the mediums, so we will expect to see Osman starting to make his way through the guys in front of him, I'm sure, as those tyres start to warm up. It's going to take a couple of laps. The hard tyres obviously can take a little bit longer to warm up. So Osman will really need to try and clear the guys in front of him to make the most of those tyres in the early laps, although there is a lot of cars, everybody bunching up. So Osman's still in 4th. Smith, he's on the hard tyres, he's in 5th, although there's a bit of a door bashing session going on between himself and Bailey as they go side by side down towards turn 1. Well, it's 3 abreast now into turn 1. This is going to be interesting, isn't it? Who's going to give? Well, Toby and Bailey have decided they're going to go around, and side by side Smith has just slotted in just behind. Bailey and Toby are still going side by side, and it looks, oh, Bailey, I thought he'd got himself on the kitty litter, but they are still going at it. Toby just manages to get himself in front of Bailey as they go around turn 4. Down towards turn 5 they go. Bailey's not giving it up yet though, is he? He's got Smith behind him. In fact, let's jump on board with Bailey as we go through turn 5, over the bump, which is turn 6, into turn 7. That's the view that Bailey's got in his mirrors, and it is he's got a mirror full of Smith at the minute. Now a great drive through the chicane, and a fantastic exit through turn 11 is what you need to get onto that straight. Get close enough. It looks like Toby's got close enough to Osman. Smith is going to make a move on Bailey, so Smith has pulled alongside. Where is he? There he is, and he's got it done, or has he? As they go into turn 1, Bailey having to go a bit of a longer way around. He just drops in behind Smith. Great move from Smith. Not much Bailey could do about that one. It was all about the slipstream down that start finish straight as they head into turn 1, and Bailey and Smith just got as close as he could to Bailey. So we'll come out of here so we can see what's going on, but I don't think Bailey's going to be too concerned at the minute, because Smith has got that half-second penalty, so Bailey will get P6 back again when Smith has to serve that, which is going to be coming up very shortly. Now we've had a change of leader as well. Toten has managed to get himself in front of Grasshopper, well, and Fitzy as well, so Toten and Fitzy now 1 and 2, with Grasshopper into 3rd. The top 3 all on hard tyres. Surprisingly enough, Osman just cannot get by. He really needs to get by those guys in front of him to get the most out of the tyres while he's got them, because when they come in for the pit stop, obviously the 3 in front are all going to go on the mediums. So Osman's still in 4th, really has got to get by the guys in front of him. Toby in 5th, Toby on the hard tyres as well, so 4 out of the top 5 are all on hard tyres. Bailey also on the hard tyres, Smith as well, in fact it looks like everybody is. So Osman is the only one on the medium tyres for this first stint, and he is coming under pressure from Toby. So we'll jump on board with Toby as we are chasing Osman through and into the chicane. Trying to avoid that first sausage curb as you enter the chicane, because it can flip the car and unsettle it. But it looks like everybody's got a good drive out of there. Toby in the slipstream of Osman. I'm not sure he's going to get close enough to make the move before they get to the end of turn 1. No, he's not. Osman managing to take the tighter line, but he's still being frustrated by Grasshopper in front. He just cannot clear him, can he? And as I say, the pit window will open at the end of lap 8, I think it is. So you've got between the end of lap 8 and the end of lap 14 to get in and get the tyres changed. Obviously, if you're on the mediums, you flip to the hards. If you're on the hards, you go to the mediums. That's Toby having a bit of a look at Osman as they go through turn 6 into turn 7. Toby having to go the long way round. Osman shuts the door on him though. Toby again having another look at the inside as they go into the chicane. They're not going to get it done there. Toby desperately trying to get by Osman. Oh, he didn't get the drive he wanted out of that chicane, and that's allowed Bailey to get a lot closer to Toby, and Osman has pulled away a little bit. Toby really didn't get, as I say, a great exit out of the chicane. Is Bailey going to make the move? I don't think he will. He has got a lot closer though, and that's not what Toby wanted, and Bailey and Toby have gone side by side again as they did a few laps ago. But Bailey now putting the pressure onto Toby. So Toby was trying to put the pressure on Osman a minute ago, but now he's got Bailey all over him. Bailey went very deep into turn 4 there. I hope he doesn't get a penalty for that. We've seen others go a little bit deeper and get away with it. Oh, Bailey struggled to get the car slowed down, and now he's coming under pressure from Smith. Just really struggled to get the car slowed enough into turn 5. He's just about hanging on to P6 at the minute, but Smith is all over him. We'll just follow these guys through and out of the chicane and then into turn 11. Now it looks like Smith has picked up a penalty, and he's had quite a few of them in these races. Oh, and Toby, that's what's happened to him. Just go back a little bit as we follow Toby through. He goes through turn 7 into 8 into the chicane. Now he got out of the chicane okay, I think. Did he just get the exit of turn 11 wrong? And there's turn 11, and yeah, he did. The back end has just come round on him, and that's so unfortunate for Toby. That's dropped him down to P8. Now it looked like somebody else has got a penalty. I think it was Smith. He's got a 1 second penalty. He's obviously served that. Toby now down to 8th, Smith in 7th, Derg in 6th. He's got to try and fight his way through the pack as well on the hard tyres. So let's just go back up to the top and see what's happening at the top. It's all getting very congested there, isn't it? So Toten is in P1 at the minute. He's coming under pressure from Fitzy. Well, I think Fitzy got himself on the inside there into turn 5. Toten just realised he was there, and I think made an adjustment so that they didn't have a coming together, and that allowed Fitzy to get straight back in again. In fact, let's just go back and have a look at that, because if you watch Toten, he got the exit of turn 4 wrong, which unsettled him. He gathered himself up, got into turn 5. Now just there, you could just see, I think he noticed Fitzy was on the inside, and Toten made an adjustment, and that really just opened the door up for Fitzy to step through. So Fitzy now takes over the lead of this race. Toten drops into 2nd with Grasshopper in 3rd. Grasshopper though is coming under a lot of pressure from both Osman and Bailey. Bailey desperate to try and get by Osman. Now the pit window is open, and you can see everybody diving in. So a lot of people on the hard tyres. So Fitzy, Toten, Grasshopper, Bailey, Derg. There's a lot of people in the pit. So up at the front then, Osman on the medium tyres is going to go as far as he can into this race. Can finally start to put some decent lap times in now on those medium tyres. Toby in 2nd. He's decided to stay out. I think he's going to try and give himself a little bit of clean air when he does do the pit. And then everybody else is actually in the pits themselves, apart from Graham. Graham has stayed out as well. So Graham now moves up to 8. Is he going to overtake Derg? No, Derg is just coming out of the pit. And he gets out just ahead of Graham. Now then, did Smith put soft tyres on? I didn't think you could put soft tyres on. Now that may be a mistake from Smith. I think he's hit the wrong button. And he's told the mechanics, or the pit crew rather, he's told the pit crew to put softs on unless they're the ones that have made the mistake. So that's unfortunate for Smith, but he is going to have to pit again to put the correct tyres on. So we don't know if the mistake has come from Smith or one of the mechanics. Either way, somebody's going to get a bollocking after this race. I'm just going to follow Smith through to see if he pits. He's going to have to, really, which is unfortunate because that will mean a 2-stop race for him. Now Toby is in the pits. He's decided to change his tyres now and go on to the mediums. Well, hopefully it's the mediums anyway. And yeah, you can see Smith is back in now to get the correct tyres on. So a rare mistake from him. Toby, he is back out on the medium tyres now and has got some clean air in front of him. So we'll go back up to the top then. Osman, well, you can see the distance. If you look at the map on the top right, the little red triangle is Osman, and you can see how far the rest of the pack are behind. But Osman has yet to come into the pits. Now he has got another 4 laps to go before he has to come into the pits. He is the only one on the medium tyres. So this could be an absolute masterclass from Osman in tactics, or it could turn out to be a bit of a disaster. We shall see. But Osman still leading the race. Fitzy all the way back in, well, I say all the way back, he's in second, but there is quite a distance between himself and Osman. So this is where the fight seems to be at the minute then. Toten has got Bailey for company. Bailey, well, he'll be desperate to get by Toten, will he, and get himself up on the podium again. He has a bit of a look up the inside into turn 1. Toten still staying there. Now Toten is on the inside into turn 2. Bailey just putting the pressure on. They are bumper to bumper. We'll jump on board with Toten as we go through turn 4, and we can see Bailey is right underneath the rear wing of Toten's car. Now Bailey has a look at the inside. Now did Toten give it to him? I think Toten might have backed out of that one, unless he was trying the cutback and didn't quite pull it off. But Toten just seemed to allow Bailey through. Unless it was just such a fantastic move from Bailey, Toten couldn't do anything about it. But Bailey now moves up into P3 and gets himself on the podium, so some more valuable points for him. So the championship is looking, well, he's definitely got one hand on the trophy, hasn't he? And if he can get another couple of places, well, that's almost going to secure it. With one race left to go, we are at the Nürburgring next week as well on the 24-hour layout for the final race of this championship. Just having a look a little bit further back, and Toby and Grasshopper side by side into turn 4. Grasshopper just backs out. Oh, Grasshopper goes very wide there. I will be surprised if he doesn't get a penalty for that. Let's just see. Well, I think he might have got away with it. Well, I'm surprised with that. I thought he went very deep into turn 4, but he's got away with it. The stewards have been kind to him. So he's still in 7th, just behind Smith in 8th. Well, he's got a 1.5 second penalty. Smith has just been collecting penalties all evening, hasn't he? It's really not been his track. Had a fantastic battle in race 1 and just lost out to Toby in the final couple of laps, despite the penalties. So yeah, he's doing okay, but I don't think he likes this track. The penalties that he's picking up, 1.5 seconds is hard, isn't it? I don't know what he's done for that. Maybe a couple of infringements is what's caused him to pick up that kind of penalty. And then we've got Graham in 9th, also picking up penalties as well. So Graham, I don't think has liked this track at all, and he will definitely be glad to see the back of it. So back up to the pointy end then, and Osman still out in front. Now, I think the gap between himself and Bailey has definitely got smaller. Or has it? No, it hasn't. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong car there. So Osman, well, he's nearly half a track in front, isn't he? So We're on lap 14, so Osman's going to have to come in at the end of this lap. And the big question is can he get in and out before Bailey gets on top of him? And I'm just looking at the fuel. He is about half a tank, so we have, what, 8 laps to go. I think he might just be able to do it without refueling. So we'll just stick with Osman just for a second as he goes through the chicane, and as we come out of the chicane, if he stays to the right, which I think he will, he does, into the pits, then goes our current race leader, Osman. So let's have a look. Where is Bailey now? Osman is going to come out on the hard tyres. Bailey is on the mediums, as is the rest of the pack, as they all started on the hard tyres. So Bailey just coming around turn 7 up towards turn 8, and we'll be going into the chicane any minute now. Here he goes into the chicane, which will lead him onto turn 11 and onto the start finish straight. Osman still in the pits. He has just reached the crew. The tyres are being changed as Bailey goes across the start finish line, and he has just taken over the lead. Or has he? Osman out of the pits just as Bailey I thought Bailey was going to take the front end of Osman's car off, but Bailey just manages to get the head of Osman as Osman comes out of the pits. Now the big issue for Osman is the people around him are all on medium tyres. Bailey has got himself out in front. He's got nothing in front of him, so clean air. He can really get his foot down and start racking up some decent laps. Osman with the current fastest lap, a 1:10.2. Fitzy has managed to get by Osman. Fitzy also on the medium tyres, and they will be up to temperature as well. Osman looks like he's struggling to get those tyres working for him as Toten goes through as well. So that was unfortunate for Osman. He's out on the hard tyres, and he's going to have to do two or three laps to try and get them up to some sort of working temperature. Meanwhile, everybody else around him on the medium tyres has done a couple of laps. Oh, as he picks up some gravel as well, and a half-second penalty. So a fantastic first part of the race for Osman, but it's all gone wrong for him as he's come out of the pit. Toby, well, he's got a 1-second penalty, hasn't he? He's currently in 5th, Derg is 6th, Grasshopper in 7th, Smith down in 8th. Now he's already done 2 stops because the pit crew put the wrong tyres on his car. So he's down in 8th, he's carrying a penalty as well, and then Graham down in 9th. So everybody's done the pit stops now. Bailey, our race leader, looking comfortable and trying to stretch that lead now back to Fitzy in 2nd. Fitzy, well, he's going to have his eyes in the mirror, isn't he? He's got Toten all over him, so he's got some defending to do. We've got another 6 laps to go yet. Osman just sitting there in the background in 4th. He's just about to serve his half-second penalty, so let's just see, where is Toby? Well, it makes no difference. Toby's got a 1-second penalty. So Derg will move up into 5th, or he should do, as he goes by his teammate. So Derg moves up into 5th, Toby is 6th. It looked like Graham just coming out of the pit there. It is Graham in 9th. So the 2 Napa teammates now following each other around. I'm not sure if there is any team orders between these two, or whether they're just told to get on with it. We shall see. We shall see if Derg lets Toby through. Now Toby currently sitting 2nd in the championship with Fitzy in 3rd. There was only 10 points behind them leading into these 2 races. At the minute, Fitzy sitting in 2nd and Toby way down in 6th, so some decent points up for grabs. So I mean, Derg's in there as well. He's currently 5th in the championship. He is about 40 points behind his teammate. Now it may be a case that Derg is going to let Toby go and try and let him catch up to Fitzy, or at least the guys up ahead. We shall see. We shall see. Grasshopper in 7th, Smith down in 8th, and then Graham in 9th. So Bailey out in front, starting to open up a bit of a gap now with 4 laps to go. Bailey with the current fastest lap as well, a 1:10.1, so he's not messing about now. He really is putting his foot down. He wants this one, doesn't he? Fitzy in 2nd, with Toten just behind in 3rd. Much better race from Toten, the 2nd one. This is where we're used to seeing Toten, up there in amongst the leaders. Osman still hanging on to 4th. He's picked up another half-second penalty, but oh dear, and that was very wide. That may even be another half-second as well on top of that, unless the stewarding system is going to take pity on him, which I think they have. But he's now dropped down to 6th. Oh, now we've got the 2 teammates battling away for a P4, Derg and Toby. Now it doesn't look like there are any team orders. These two just going at it, side by side into turn 4. Toby looks like he's got himself in front of his teammate. So, definitely, and Derg picks up a half-second. Now, I don't think Derg went too deep into that turn. We've seen others go a lot wider and not pick up a penalty. Derg has picked up a penalty, and that was at turn 4. Oh yeah, bit of a strange old penalty system on this track this evening. But Derg slotting into 5th, just behind his teammate Toby. Toby can concentrate on trying to catch up to the guys in front, although there is a bit of a distance between them, and only a couple of laps left as well. So maybe 4th is as good as what Toby can hope for out of this race. Derg in 5th, he's just served his penalty. Osman's picked up another half-second penalty as well. Osman, the only one on track now on the hard tyres. In 6th, he was leading this race for quite a few laps. Really needed to get out in front very early on with everybody being on the hards, but he was frustrated by the guys in front of him. Just couldn't get past, and now finds himself down in 6th and carrying another penalty. Grasshopper in 7th, not really got into it in this race in the 2nd one. Smith, well, that's just the usual sight, isn't it, for Smith? Some sort of penalty above the car. It just seems to be every single lap now for him, so he'll be another one. Glad to see the back of this track, I'm sure, with Graham down in 9th, who didn't even get started. He just pulled over at the very start of this race. He just pulled over to let everybody else go by, so he could just stay out of the way. We also lost Callum at the beginning of this race. He pulled over immediately onto the grass and retired the car. But somebody who's having no such problems is Bailey, out in front, near completion of lap 21, so he's just gone around turn 5 now, and he's looking very good for the win, does Bailey. So let's see if we can find anybody having a bit of a fight. We've got Fitzy in 2nd, Toten in 3rd. Bit of a gap between them, a couple of car lengths between those two. Toby, he's managed to get by his teammate, as we saw last lap, and has started to pull away as well. So Toby in 4th, Derg still in 5th, Osman in 6th, having served his penalties. Then we've got Grasshopper, Smith and Graham. So no real battles being had at the minute. So we'll just follow Bailey. He's on his final lap, as he goes through turn 2 and 3 for the last time. Bailey really has had a good couple of races. He had an incident early on in race 1, about lap 3 I think it was, where there was maybe a disconnect of some sort. Managed to get the car going, got himself back up amongst the leaders towards the end of the race, and then race 2, well, he's just once he's got in front, he's just completely dominated, hasn't he? So some fantastic points for Bailey as he goes us through the chicane and around turn 11 for the final time. And what a fantastic win, and what a great night for Bailey as well. Well done to him. A flash of the lights to celebrate and across the line. So well done to Bailey. Fitzy is going to come home in second, some good points for him. Toten in third, so that's your podium lineup. Toby across the line in fourth. He'll be pleased with that. Dirk in fifth. Osman is going to cross the line in sixth, with Grasshopper going to bring it home in seventh, as he just comes through the chicane. So Grasshopper across the line to finish in seventh. Graham is going to finish in ninth, with Smith across the line in 10th. So that was race 2. I was standing in for Ian, as he's not feeling too good. Hopefully he will be back next week so he can bring you the League of Champions. I will be back again with the League 4 guys for the final race of their season, and what a fantastic league that's been for League 4. So please tune in to that if you get the chance. Thank you all for watching, and I shall catch you all very soon.